What was your "that's not what I expected" story? When I was 8, my dad had this weird habit of always bringing home random takeout bags on Friday nights. Not for dinner. We'd already eaten mom's casserole or whatever. He'd just walk in around 9 p.m. with a McDonald's bag or Taco Bell, set it on the kitchen counter and say, "Special delivery," with this goofy grin. My little brother Caleb and I thought it was the coolest thing ever. Free extra food, dad bringing home surprises. We'd fight over who got the fries or the extra burrito. Mom would just roll her eyes and tell us not to spoil our breakfast, but she never seemed mad about it. The bags were always still warm, which meant Dad had just bought them. Sometimes there'd be 2 burgers when we only needed 1, or a full order of nachos that nobody ordered. Caleb once asked why Dad always brought home too much food, and Dad just laughed and said, "Your old man's got a big appetite but small stomach." Every Friday became this little celebration. We'd sit on the living room floor, split whatever Dad brought, and watch cartoons. Dad would mess up our hair and tell us jokes while we ate. Those were honestly some of my favorite childhood memories. One Friday when I was in 6th grade, Dad came home with nothing. No bag, no special delivery, just walked straight upstairs. Caleb and I waited by the kitchen counter like 2 sad puppies. When we asked where our Friday food was, Mom got that tight look on her face and said Dad was tired. The next week, same thing, and the week after that. I started thinking maybe we'd gotten too greedy, or Dad couldn't afford it anymore. I felt terrible. I even offered to give Dad my allowance so he could buy us Friday food again. That's when Mom sat me down and told me something that completely changed how I saw those Friday nights. Dad hadn't been buying us extra food. He'd been volunteering at the homeless shelter downtown every Friday evening, helping serve dinner. The takeout bags were leftovers from the shelter that would have been thrown away otherwise. Dad brought them home instead of wasting them. But here's the part that really got me. Dad had stopped volunteering because his work schedule changed, and he was embarrassed to tell us. He thought we'd be disappointed that our special Friday treats were just leftover charity food. When I found out, I felt like such an idiot. All those times I bragged to friends about my dad bringing home surprise food. All those times I thought we were special. But then I realized something else. Dad could have easily bought us McDonald's with his own money and pretended. Instead, he'd been quietly helping people every week and sharing what would have been wasted.